Welcome back, everyone, here to Bronx Talks. And today, me and Christian are going to be talking about the obvious thing. We got Yankees, we got Red Sox in the wild card series. Christian, how are you feeling, my friend?
Excited, very nervous. I think that's the first emotion, nerves. Just because, look, it's a 3 game series. Anything can happen. I might have had a nightmare about Garrett Crochet last night. I don't know. But it's a mix. It's nerves, it's excitements, it's postseason baseball. Uh,
Yeah.
how are you feeling, Ryan?
Christian, I think Brian Hoke, Yankees beat writer, summed it up perfectly today on one of his tweets. Yankees Red Sox is big, but Yankees Red Sox in October in the playoffs, that's like adding gasoline to an open flame. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what kind of series it's going to be, but I can tell you one thing, Christian. It definitely could be one for the ages because these two teams, when they get together, the craziest of scenarios happen, the most wildest things happen, and I'm really really amped because Christian, I need the Yankees to beat the Boston Red Sox. I need that to happen. The Yankees have lost the last 3 playoff series to the Boston Red Sox, which is pretty crazy. They lost in 2004, 2018 in the ALDS, and then they lost in 2021 in the wild card game. The Yankees beat them in the ALCS in 1999 and the ALCS in 2003. So since Aaron Boone hit that home run off Tim Wakefield, that's how long it's been since the Yankees have eliminated the Red Sox out of the postseason. Yankees can't lose 4 straight postseason series to the Red Sox. I mean, this is Yankees Red Sox. Like that can't happen for the Yankees. So I think there's a lot on the table for both teams, and I kind of touched on it last night. Like, don't let the records fool you. I know the Yankees had 94 wins, and I know the Red Sox had 89, but I think these two teams are very, very evenly matched. I could very well see this series going 3 games. I think tomorrow night's game, Max Fried and Garrett Crochet, that these are two of these teams' best players, right? So whoever wins that matchup could very well end up winning the series. So it's our best versus their best. We'll see what happens, but I am pretty amped up, and I feel like the energy is just going to be different in Yankee Stadium. I mean, Yankees in the postseason, yeah, the fans are rowdy, the fans are electric. Yankees Red Sox like the icing on the cake. So I'm really really excited.
Sorry about that. I was on mute.
Oh, my fault.
Uh, anyways, Ryan, I was saying this isn't the 21 team, right? This is not the 2021 wild card where you have a AAA team put together and you're hoping for some sort of miracle. No, this is a really good team. And I think that's
Yeah.
why it's kind of more nerve wracking because you and me both know, everyone knows this team can win a World Series. This is a really good team when it's right.
No
And they've
doubt.
had their
No
fair
doubt.
share of questions that we've seen come up throughout the season, like every single team does. But it's just that 3 game wild card, only guaranteed 2, that kind of just messes with you a little bit. And
Yeah.
like I touched on earlier, and what we're gonna dive into earlier, it's not necessarily like the same Yankees team that we've seen. Because if you think about it, tomorrow's lineup, it's not going to have Ben Rice in it, right? It's probably not going to have Jazz Chisholm in it. So I don't know if there's a single Yankee fan that is going into the series 100% confident. I think we're all a little uneasy, if that's a fair thing to say.
No, yeah, I would agree with you. I don't think you can be 100% confident. I mean, like you said, it's a 3 game series. Anything can happen in a 3 game series. We
Yeah.
saw the Marlins sweep the Yankees this year in a 3 game series. Last year, the series between the Dodgers and the San Diego Padres in the divisional round, if that series had been 3 games, the Dodgers wouldn't have won the World Series. They would have been eliminated. So 3 games is really crazy. The Yankees actually have played in a wild card series, not since the expanded playoffs, but in 2020 they expanded the playoffs, and the Yankees faced the Cleveland Guardians. At the time, were the Cleveland Indians in the expanded playoffs for the 2020 season, and they swept the Guardians in Cleveland. Obviously, there was no fans. Yankees would later go on and get eliminated by the Rays, but they have played in a wild card series before. I think this team, guys like Aaron Judge and Carlos Stanton have a lot of experience playing in, the wild card game, played in 2018 and then 2021. So got a little bit of experience there, but I'm really looking for the big boys to be the spark plug, to be
Yep.
drop the hammer for the Yankees. And Giancarlo Stanton, career 833 OPS against the Boston Red Sox. He's just been unbelievable all year, and he's been really hot last 10 games. So is Aaron Judge. And I think this is going to be a really big early series for Aaron Judge, because every game that goes by, if Aaron Judge struggles, the questions are just going to get, louder. The noise is going to be there. Is Judge going to produce in the postseason? Is he going to play to his MVP level? So every struggle that Judge has, that noise is just going to get louder.
Yep.
And I'm looking for Judge to silence the haters right away. I'm looking for him to just go out, have a big series. Judge goes out here, crushes the Red Sox. Man, oh man, I think Yankees fans would be losing their mind.
I agree. Ryan, you want to just jump right into the conversations? I see someone talking about it in the chat. Is it Rosario or McMahon or Caballero? I'll start it off. I want Caballero and Rosario in the lineup tomorrow, and then I want McMahon going in to play defense later in the game. What about
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I heard we put something out about it today. There was like a projected lineup, and a lot of fans had their own opinions. I would agree with you. I want Caballero in there, and I want Ahmed Rosario in there. Ahmed Rosario has to be in there, plain and simple. He probably
Yeah.
has the best numbers off of Garrett Crochet than anyone on the team. 6 for 9 with a double and a home run in 10 plate appearances. That's no joke. That's really, really good. So he's probably your best hitter against Crochet. You definitely need him in the lineup. And on top of that, Rosario just kills lefties as a whole. I think Caballero is a really good piece too, because he provides you speed, athleticism. So you want him in the lineup there too. And he hits lefties really well. And then I think how you do it is you're going to have to sit Jazz, because Max Fried gives up a lot of ground balls to third base. I think Max Fried gives up the most ground balls to third base than any other pitcher in the league. And Ame Rosario is not the best defender. So I think what you do is you put Rosario at second, you put a plus defender in Caballero at third, and then that gives you options later in the game. You could move Caballero over to second. You could put McMahon over there at third base. So it gives you a lot of options for sure. You could even go Jazz at second base, take Caballero out of the game, put McMahon at third base. So they do have a lot of options, and McMahon is definitely going to get in there. Like you touched on earlier today, Christian, you said that Ryan McMahon nights might not start all 3 games. That might change a little bit now that we know Giolito is out. But
Yeah.
even if he's not starting any of these 3 games, I would expect him to get in every single one of these games, because he's been an elite defender for the Yankees this year at third base.
Yeah. And, I don't think we should spend the whole time focusing on just tomorrow's game, but it is a big one. I do think we have to talk about it, and we can move on to a game 2 and maybe a potential game 3 later. But I have up right now all the Yankees stats against Garrett Crochet. Now, this is career, so it's not just this year, but most of these guys, I would assume it's this year. What did he have? 2 previous seasons with the White Sox, and I feel like he was always injured over there. So this is pretty much how the Yankees have done against Garrett Crochet this year. You can see Rosario, the one that stands out, the reason why me and Ryan are pushing for him to be in the lineup. 6 for 9, 3 RBIs, a home run. And that home run was the final time they faced Crochet too, so somewhat recent. And then you look over here at McMahon did go 1 for 3, but I think you can kind of just use your brain, and I feel like I've said this multiple times. I just don't really see it going over well. And I think Caballero's defense, and Boone has said this before too, is pretty similar to McMahon at third base. I believe that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think when you look at it, there was a lot of people today, I think, over analyzing this whole thing. You want to put your best players forward. A guy who's 6 for 9 and crushes lefties against one of the best pitchers in baseball, guy might win Cy Young this year. You need to have him in there, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But McMahon's certainly a good player as well. If they go with Rosario at second and McMahon at third, I wouldn't totally hate it. I mean, they have so many options they can play around with. I don't think they need to get super insane and super technical and over the top with the whole thing. One thing I don't want to see the Yankees do is get overly creative, try to be the smartest man in the room. Alex Cora sniffs it out, and then we're sitting there saying, "What the hell are you doing?" That can't happen. We're not, trying to outsmart teams like we try to do with the Tampa Bay Rays. We're the Yankees. Play our brand of baseball, show that you're the better team, and good things are going to happen. I don't think that's going to win. I don't think that's going to lose you the series, but
Yep.
maybe a big hit, big home run from Ahmed Rosario could definitely win you the series. And how electric would it be? Ahmed Rosario just hits a 2-run bomb, bat flip, place erupts, and come on.
Yep.
Ahmed Rosario needs a signature Yankee moment. I want to look back on this series maybe 10 years now and I go, Christian, you remember when Ahmed Rosario hit 2 home runs in that wild card game? So, it's crazy stuff.
Duke is happy. Duke wants Ahmed
Yeah.
Rosario.
Yeah,
So
see, someone outside, their car alarm just went off and he's going crazy. I'm going to shut the door.
he's probably a Red Sox fan. I saw someone ask about thoughts on Rice not playing. It's a really tough one, and I can totally understand if there's some Yankee fans out there that are pretty mad about this. I get it, but I do think you have to kind of look at it as a whole. Uh, Ben Rice's splits against lefties are not that great. And look, we know he's a very good hitter. Ben Rice is not going to be a platoon hitter for the rest of his life. And we've seen him hit lefties before. But Garrett Crochet is a really tough lefty. I just don't know. I mean, you should be able to get him in the game by the 6th, 7th inning, if I had to guess. Whether it's a pinch hit for Goldschmidt, even maybe a pinch hit for Volpe. I'm talking about Rice here not playing in game 1.
Okay.
And basically, I just don't mind it that much. We've seen them do it before against lefties, so it didn't come out of nowhere. I think it's okay. And then, he's going to start the last 2 games, or, well, we'll see, but I think it's fine for tomorrow, and he'll find his way into the game.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, look, I think Ben Rice has only caught Max Fried once this season. One time, and I think it was last week, right? So, obviously I think him, getting that start with Max Fried last week tells you that it's probably going to end up happening sometime this postseason if the Yankees were to advance. But is that really something we need to mess around here with in game 1? No, we want Max Fried to be comfortable out there. First start, Yankee Stadium in the playoffs. I know this guy's pitched in the World Series. He's been there, done that. But, let's have him be comfortable out there. And you want him to be on his A game because it's not like he's facing Joe Schmo over there on the mound. No, that's Garrett Crochet in the other dugout. So, you want to put your best foot forward. And I think it's smart not, messing around and, trying to, give Rice the start. And he's only worked with Max Fried one time this season, and that was last week. You want to be on your A game. You want to have your best foot forward. And I think it's the right decision.
Yeah. And Goldschmidt needs to start. And I'll pull it back up for the YouTube people. But you can see Wells does have 4 RBIs off Garrett Crochet and 2 for 9. So, not the worst thing in the world. And a homer,
Christian,
too. And a homer. I did not realize that. When was that?
Christian, what are your numbers off Garrett Crochet?
I believe I'm 0 for 0 still. Yeah. I was about to face him.
About to?
Ben Rice, 1 for 8 off Crochet. No strikeouts, though. And then Aaron Judge was just the classic stat line here. 3 for 15, 11 Ks, 2 homers.
Hopefully, he'll hit a couple homers tomorrow night.
Yeah, that would be electric. I mean, well, Trent Grisham's gonna have a big moment, so there's that.
Yeah, and where's Trent Grisham going to be in the lineup? Because you're going to have Goldschmidt leading off because he just kills lefties. Although I'll pull up the stat from Katie Sharp, and Goldschmidt's kind of actually struggled versus lefties a bit recently, and his stats are still fantastic because he's killed lefties all season. But over the past 7 weeks, Paul Goldschmidt has struggled versus lefties. His only extra base hit in the span came on August 26th. Versus left-handed pitchers since August 7th, he's batting 159 in 48 plate appearances, has 7 hits, 5 Ks, and 3 walks.
Okay.
So he has struggled, for the past couple months, I guess, versus lefties, a little under a couple months. I don't think he's playing necessarily. I mean, I guess he's only playing against those lefties. So, I mean, look, it's not great, but you look at his overall numbers; they're absolutely incredible what he's done this season against left-handed pitching. And I think you got to go out there and think that he gets right. So I don't know really what you do there, but with Goldschmidt leading off, Grisham's not going to be leading off, so it'd probably be Goldschmidt, Judge, Bellinger, Stanton, and then do you go with Rosario, Grisham in that 6-7
well,
spot?
what was the one that is this the same one that Goodman had? Reporter. Okay, so he had Goldschmidt, Judge, Bellinger, Stanton, Rosario, and then Grisham was 6.
Huh. Do you lead off Grisham at all?
Definitely not lead off Grisham tomorrow, in my opinion.
Yeah, because if you lead off Grisham, you'd have to bump Bellinger down, and Bellinger's kind of like been in that 3 spot for a while because you can't go lefty, righty, lefty with Crochet on the mound. So you'd have to. I think you have to go Goldschmidt, Judge, Bellinger. I like Goodman's lineup. I like Grisham right after Rosario there. I think that works well.
And we can comfortably rule out Austin Slater for starting a game, right?
I think so. Yeah. Honestly, like in a big spot, I might rather have Dominguez. Like I feel like in a big spot, Dominguez has come through more than Slater.
I mean, I don't know if I really want either in a big spot. I don't know how they would find themselves in a big spot, really. I guess the only way, because Grisham, Bellinger, Judge shouldn't come out of the game. Right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I don't even know really what Austin Slater's role is going to be. But it's a little weird. I guess maybe a pinch runner.
Yeah.
He's
we can
not
use
going to go in the
runners.
outfield.
Well, Goldschmidt, you'd have to think is going to get pitch run for.
Yeah, whether it's Dominguez or
Giancarlo Stanton's another guy that could get pitch run for.
Yeah, maybe they could do the Slater for Goldschmidt if he gets on, and then you just send Ben Rice out to first base. But then you also might want to save Ben Rice for a pinch hit appearance. So I don't know.
So we'd assume that if Scar's going to be on the roster then.
Why, you're saying because the Yankees are using their backup, putting the backup catcher in the game?
I mean, I guess they could keep Rice in the game at first, and then he would have to stay there because you don't want to be down a catcher.
Yeah, it is the postseason though. Like, I feel like you can. It's not the end of the world too. Like I know you're not planning for an injury or something to happen, but yes, it does.
Yeah, but
it does lock you up. I know in terms of moves.
Yeah, I guess they could. I guess they could do that. I mean
That's why I'm saying I don't think Slater really needs to be on this roster.
It's not as much of a problem when Wells is starting because you could put Rice at first base, and then if Wells, God forbid, got hurt, you could put Slater and Dominguez in the outfield, move Bellinger to first base, and Rice can go behind the plate. So it's not much of an issue there. But when Ben Rice is starting at when Ben Rice is starting at or is Rice starting at catcher, well, no, I guess you could go Wells. I mean, it's not ideal, but I think, I guess, like you said, yeah, you could probably get it done.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still like kind of what we talked about last night on the live with Jason. I'm still kind of leaning towards I don't think Slater really has a role on this postseason team because you have to keep Dominguez because especially with
Yeah,
Caballero might start 2 or 3 games this series.
yeah,
He's not gonna be able to be your pinch runner, so you need Dominguez for that. And then, I mean, how much of a difference also really is would a Skara and Austin Slater's speed be? Like I'm saying, worst comes to worst, you have Stanton on the base paths. You really don't want him. You could probably
yeah.
just send a Skara there. It's not like
Yeah, I don't know.
Slater's going to be stealing bases for you.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think the whole thing when they traded for Slater was like, okay, they can play him against the lefty and sit Grisham. You can't really do that with how Grisham has played. He's been like what, the second best hitter on the team. Like, guy has what, 34 homers. You can't sit Grisham even against the lefty.
Yep.
So now he doesn't really have a role per se. Um, but I'm not really worried about Slater getting into a game or him being on the roster. I think Yankees got a lot bigger fish to fry right in front of them, as Aaron Boone says.
Yeah.
So
I almost feel bad for Austin Slater. He gets such like a almost a bad rep for just not doing anything wrong, really. I mean, he came over, he got hurt almost right away, and then when he came back, everything was going kind of awesome. We didn't really need him, and now we're sitting here saying maybe he shouldn't be on the postseason roster. But I guess that's baseball.
yeah, that is Guardians climbing back from the biggest division deficit in the history of the game. There's another that's baseball moment.
I was division winner with a negative run differential. Just blew my mind.
Only this sport finds a way, right? It's what the funny thing about baseball is? It's the most analytically driven sport by far. And not just in the sense like analytics, like where you're, trying to get an advantage in game and trying to, use them to like win. I'm just saying in the terms of like, there's so many stats in baseball that there is in other
Yeah.
sports. And for sports to be so analytically driven and then to have so many like crazy things like that, you just can't wrap your head around it. I mean, it's like all these stats, all this data, and baseball still finds a way to mess it up at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Anyone can win any game in baseball. It's not like
Yeah,
that
and
against the best football team against the worst or basketball.
yeah, yeah. That's the beauty of it. There's certain like rhythm to it,
A team like
Um,
the Mets misses the playoffs.
oh my
It's
god, I loved every second of that yesterday.
that
And the
was
Mets broadcast
that was pretty nice.
with the Mets broadcast, Ron Darling losing his mind, going, "Look at the Marlins. They're taking a team photo out there."
And
And then I think Gary Cohen goes, "Well, this is their World Series."
well, the Mets World Series is in May, but if if that ever happened to the Yankees and Marlins or it was the Blue Jays taking a picture after the game, I would be irate. But I thought that was the funniest thing ever. Go Marlins, go Fish. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Go Fish. Go Fish.
Yeah.
Oh my God, seeing Frank the Tank after the game. I was surprised he wasn't more animated. I got to be honest with you. I thought his reaction was pretty mellow for his standards.
Yeah, but I think he knew what was going to happen.
I expected him to
I texted William before the game. This is my friend that's a Mets fan, and I said, Reds are not winning the game today, but the Mets are going to lose just to put like the icing on the cake for this season.
Yeah.
And I don't follow the Mets a lot. I mean,
Yeah, I mean they had the best record in baseball on June 13th, and then they had the worst record the rest of the way. We're playing baseball. If they played the way they did through a 162 game season starting on June 13th, they would have lost over 100 games.
Cutter is king is in the TikTok chat.
Oh, Cutter is king. Hopefully, we're making fun of him in a couple days. I'd really like to beat the Red Sox just so I could rub it in his face.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. I'm all for that.
Yeah,
But
you know how
then,
many times Red Sox have won this year, and I go on Twitter and I see he's talking about a bunch of nonsense, and
well,
honestly,
no, then we'll get the, hey guys, I'm deactivating my account. It's been real.
yeah, yeah,
We'll see
no,
though.
yeah. I don't know what Cutter King's gonna do if we lose. He's one of those guys. It's not gonna be. It's really not gonna be any fun either way. Because if the Yankees eliminate the Red Sox, he'll just start spamming first round exit, and
He'll
then he'll
make
just
us
start
feel bad about winning. He'll find a way.
yeah, and then he'll start going. He'll start hate watching Aaron Judge, and it's just like no fun. You just got to tune him out, you know.
Yeah, some of the tweets are pretty funny. Do you wanna dive into some rosters, fan graphs, Red Sox, Yankees, bullpen? What do you want to do?
Not face Aroldis Chapman.
Yes, but at the same time, I think I'd rather face him in the playoffs than the regular season. Because he's been so.
Okay.
My take is that he's been so dominant this season that I almost want something like the playoffs or just something to spice it up. I know Bellinger got to him, and that was that was a great inning. That was a great at bat. But look, Ryan, we know what Aroldis Chapman pretty well. We know
a little
he's not
too well.
Yeah, we know he's not perfect. All right. And do
Now,
I want
Christian,
to? Well, I'll say this. Let me just finish off here. Do I want to be in a ninth inning, down 1 or 2 runs against Chapman? No. I think you and me on the watch
Yeah.
party tomorrow would be losing our minds. However, you never know in playoff baseball. You never know with the Aroldis Chapman. But let's not get in that situation.
How sweet would it be? He gives up a walk-off home run, and the Yankees advance, and he's smiling up there on the mound. If you believe in full circle moments, that would be the ultimate full circle moment. You got Grisham up to the plate, boom, home run. Chapman starts smiling there, walking off the mound. I might tear up at that point. That would really be something. And the Yankees, like, always seem to give up the home run to, I call it, that guy, the big hit
Yep.
to the guy that you don't want to get a hit. We already saw it this season with Carlos Narvaez. We've seen it plenty of times with Jose Altuve. We saw it with Mike Brasso against Aroldis Chapman in the ALDS. Like, the Yankees always give up that big hit to that guy, the guy you least want to get that hit. It'd be nice for the Yankees to be on the other side of things and get that hit. That'd be really sweet. But let's dive in all into it now.
Yeah. Why don't maybe we should go to the Red Sox page and just go through it real quick. See if we see anything jumps off the page. And then we can also go through their potentially their lineup and how they will strategize bullpen wise. Can you see the screen, Ron?
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of. Yeah.
So this is their go-to versus righties. Just looking at the bench, I don't know why it's not letting me change to lefties. Let's see
Red
who we
Sox
get.
don't want to reveal it.
So Ref Snyder, I assume he's in the lineup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a 128 WRC plus, and then Nate Eaton. So Ref Snyder would get swapped out for, I guess, I don't know. I guess Yoshida. I assume Masataka will not start against Freed. Um,
Maybe no, but Yoshida's been like their hottest hitter going into the playoffs. I'll pull it up now. I think he's batting
yeah, well,
almost
actually, because
400.
we talked about him in the series preview or the mini series preview that we did.
Yeah,
But I mean, on the year, he's got a below 700 OPS. So unless he has some reverse splits, I'd be
yeah.
shocked if
I
he
mean,
goes against Freed. Cause, well, I'm
he is
also just
batting.
saying Ref Snyder's going to need to get in the lineup too.
He's also batting 350 with 2 homers in his last 10 games. Another guy that one of the guys I'm most concerned about on the Red Sox is Cedane Rafaela, hitting 389 with 14 hits in his last 10 games. He's been really good for them this year. He is one guy I do not want to see. He plays excellent defense too.
Yeah, and I'm pulling it up right now, but I think what the Yankees have going for, because, we've been talking about how nervous we are against Crochet. I think Freed's done pretty well against the Sox. So here is the Red Sox against Max Fried. This should all be this year if I had to guess.
Yeah, this season, Christian, Max Fried is 1-1 with a 1.96 ERA in 3 starts versus the Red Sox this year.
So Bregman, 5 for 13, a homer, 3 walks. I don't know if you pitch around him, but just be conscious. I mean, he's probably one of the most dangerous righties in that lineup. Jared Duran, 0 for 10, 5 Ks. Love that. Ref Snyder, 2 for 8. Story, 4 for 16. So, I mean, it's really just Bregman that's the only one who's really gotten to him. Well, I guess Story, too. 2 homers. I guess maybe just be careful of Bregman and Story. And then, Bregman's also kind of falls into one of those guys of like, don't hurt us, has history with the Yankees. Maybe be a little extra cautious with Alex Bregman. And especially if they keep this and Masataka Yoshida's hitting behind him, I mean, do as close as you can to pitching around him, I feel like, right? But I don't know if the Sox are going to do that.
I don't know what they're going to do. I think the Red Sox are going to try to apply pressure on the Yankees. And I kind of touched on it on Jason's Live the other night. I think they're going to try to use the formula that the Dodgers tried to last year. I think the Red Sox are going to want to get on base. They're going to try to steal some bags. I think they're going to try to be aggressive. I think they want the Yankees to blow up. I think they want them to explode. And Christian, the Red Sox in the head-to-head matchups beat the Yankees this year. They went 9-4 against the Yankees this year. So, yeah, the Red Sox have seen the Yankees blow it up before. The Red Sox have seen the Yankees make a bunch of errors in a game, in an inning, and beat themselves. They've seen the Yankees have a ton of base running issues, seen them make a ton of errors. I think that's going to be their game plan. They want the Yankees to blow up. They want to explode. And I think they'll be very aggressive with their bullpen. Maybe not as much in game 1 because you have Garrett Crochet on the mound. But with Brian Bayo going in game 2, I think the Red Sox are going to have no problem going to their bullpen as early as the game is because they have a really good bullpen. I think they're going to be aggressive and they're going to rely heavily on their bullpen.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just had it up for a second. So this is the Sox bullpen. And, kind of similar to the Yankees, half these guys you can almost forget about. But I'm assuming
Greg Weissert, Yankee.
I'm assuming
Chapman, Yankee.
Yeah. Well,
Whitlock.
I think those are the 3 guys they're going to use, really.
Yeah.
I think it's 3 former Yankees. Well, I don't know if Whitlock counts, but Greg Weiser, Garrett Whitlock, Aroldis Chapman, and that just might be their formula. Steven Matz out of the bullpen. I don't know who would be the first lefty out of the pen for them. Wilson, Matz, both low 3 ERAs on the year. Wilson, pretty good strikeout rate. And then this guy too, Connor Early. I'm wondering if Red Sox are planning on him to start game 3, or they might consider using him out of the bullpen. And I only think he would get used if somehow Crochet got roughed up, or is it Bayo?
Yeah, Bayo.
I was pronouncing it Bello. Or if Bayo were to get roughed up, then maybe they would go to Connolly early. I assume that's how you pronounce it.
Who would be
Right in
another?
the fourth or fifth. But other than that, I mean, I think they're just going to stick with the routine of Weiser, Whitlock, Chapman.
Yeah, who would be another option for them to start Game 3?
Well, the other guy, so Giolito is listed as their 3 starter, and then their 5th is
He
Kyle
he can't
Harrison.
go. Okay, so I don't even. Whatever happened to Hunter Dobbins?
Hunter Dobbins. Hunter Dobbins is on the IL, knee surgery.
Oh,
Yeah, this is not a healthy Red Sox team. You could see Tristan Cassis, Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, Vaughn Grissom, I think. Hunter Dobbins, we know, Cutter Crawford, Dustin May, Tanner Houck. It's not a healthy team. But they still do have weapons, so I mean, I think their lineup is really where that hurts them, the injuries. I really don't think it's the biggest deal that they have those guys down in a series like this where you're just kind of going all out 2 or 3 games. But
yeah.
the lineup is definitely weaker.
On the other hand, Christian, the way the Red Sox are looking at it is that Yankees lineup is potent. I mean, they have one of the best offenses, if not the best offense in baseball. They lead the league in home runs. They lead the league in OPS. In almost every offensive category, the Yankees are leading it or at the very top. And they've hit a lot of good pitching this season. So, obviously the Yankees are looking to do that in this series against the Red Sox. But the Yankees lineup is going to be key. Their lineup has a lot more depth than we've seen in years prior. Last year it was kind of the Soto and Judge show, and then Stanton went off in the playoffs. That was a plus, but like guys like Jazz, Austin Wells, like a lot of the guys, Alex Verdugo, a lot of the guys in the Yankees lineup last year in the postseason, they didn't hit. So, it's going to be interesting to see this season with the Yankees lineup having a lot more depth. They're a lot deeper, how that translates.
Yeah, I agree. And, Red Sox fans should be scared too, because this is a lineup that if it clicks, like you could see Crochet just get rocked. And Crochet did get rocked once by the Yanks.
And that's the thing, Christian, with this Yankees team is like, you got to be very careful with every pitch because just like that, the Yankees could change the script of a game. They could change the entire outcome with one big swing of the bat. The Yankees could go out tomorrow, hit a 3-run homer. Yankees could be down 3 runs and tie the game up just like that. That's how their offense is built, is to do it with the long ball. They're the best out of any team in the league when it comes to hitting the long ball. So they can flip the script just like that. If you're the Red Sox, you got to be very, very careful to this Yankees lineup. And I think the 2 guys the Yankees are relying on most, I mean, it's Captain Obvious here, but it's Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. If the Yankees get both those guys at the peak of their powers this postseason, Yankees are going to the World Series, and they're probably not going to be stopped. They're not going to be stopped. If Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton are clicking, they're on the same page. They're yin and they're yang, and they're going for it. Yankees are winning the World Series. It's as simple as that. You can't stop both of those guys. Last year, they had Stanton, carried them all the way to the World Series. This year, they could get Stanton and Aaron Judge. I don't think anyone's stopping them. And I'm really excited to see, what we get out of them in this first series here.
Yeah. I'm just pulling up the fan graphs for TikTok so you guys can see too here. It's probably pretty small, but I have the Yankees up now if you want to just go through this a little bit here, Ryan. Yeah. So, we went through kind of the lineup what we're going to see tomorrow. Fried, Rodon, Schlittler. Happy that they announced that. Good. And then I think you have Yarbrough. If it comes to a game 3, if Schlittler's not looking good, Ryan Yarbrough is your, what was it, 2018 Chad Green or 2017 Chad Green? Whenever Severino got in that whole thing.
And Christian, Yarbrough has really good numbers against the Red Sox in his career. Something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, and I think we were actually talking about that all the way back when we were doing our starter conversations, our playoff starter conversations like a while
Oh,
ago when
no,
Yarbrough was
no.
still.
Okay, no, I'm completely wrong. I don't know where I thought. He actually gets destroyed by the Red Sox. It must have got him confused. He has a 7.32 ERA against the Red Sox. So I don't know where I got that.
Well, now
one.
you just
I
made me
apologize.
look bad because I just backed that too.
Oh my God.
I
All
thought
right,
we were.
moving on.
We'll move on right after this, but I thought we were talking about him. Whatever. Maybe it was Luis Heel.
It's Luis Heel who does. Yes. Luis Heel actually has, through the first 5 games, has some of the best numbers against the Red Sox out of any Yankee pitcher ever.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Bullpen strategy. Ryan, Max Fried gives you 5 1/3. You got runners on first and second, 1 out. How are you finishing the game off in an ideal world?
5 1/3.
Who's your
innings.
fireman? Is it Cruz?
I think probably it is Cruz. Do you go to a Devin Williams in that spot? Because Devin Williams can get that strikeout pitch.
So can Cruz, though.
So can Cruz.
I don't. Isn't it crazy that we're at a point though now where we're like this confident in Devin Williams?
I'm not, but I mean, really,
Yeah, but I mean, let's be real here. A month ago, we didn't want him touching a playoff mound.
yeah.
Anyways, I think it goes. You have Cruz as kind of your fireman, and then you're looking at some combination between Weaver, Williams, Bednar. Obviously, Bednar finishing it off.
And Tim Hill versus a lefty lane.
Correct, yeah. And to be honest, I mean, you don't need necessarily all those guys. You're probably actually going to be able to stay away from one of them. If Fried gives you 6 innings.
I think the two they're going to rely on the most is Weaver and Bednar. I mean, those guys have to be money for you, 100%.
Yeah, and then I guess you can kind of, use Devin when you need him.
And I expect Aaron Boone to be aggressive with Weaver and Bednar. Look, last postseason, Aaron Boone was sending Luke Weaver out for a 4-out save. It seemed like every day. He was insanely aggressive with Luke Weaver last season. And David Bednar, he's been very aggressive with him too this year. David Bednar got a 5-out save this season. I think he got another 4-out save, maybe even a couple. So he's been aggressive using both of those relievers. I expect him to be aggressive with those two guys this whole postseason, but this series too. If the Yankees are in trouble, go to your best guy. Go to your best reliever because this is a 3-game series. You don't have a lot of time to right the ship. You got to win these games. So, I expect him to be aggressive, certainly with those two guys.
Yeah, do you think there's even scenarios where Boone is just sending Bednar out for 6 outs?
I don't know at that. I don't know at that point. Maybe not 6 outs, but I mean, yeah. I mean, it could happen.
Yeah, and I guess that's what goes back to the whole 3-game series thing. Like, you have one outing where Devin gets roughed up, and you're saying, "Oh boy, I don't know about this. We might have to cut ties on him here." Well, that's already one game, so it is like every decision that Aaron Boone makes is directly reflecting on the series. Like nothing is getting swept under the cover. And that's kind of like the whole almost narrative that I feel like we've been talking about, that Aaron Boone has all the pieces. It's up to him now to figure it out.
That's one of the things I'm most concerned of in this series. There's been so many times we've been watching Yankees Red Sox, and Alex Cora has outsmarted Aaron Boone so many times, so many times. And that's what I was kind of touching on earlier. I don't want the Yankees to try to be smartest man in the room and try to do stuff like they did against Tampa Bay Rays. Like Alex Cora is a very, very good manager in this league. He sees it coming. He knows what you're going to do.
Yeah.
The Yankees just got to go out there and play their best ball. I don't want them to try to get cute. Okay. You have home field advantage. You're the New York Yankees. You won 94 games. They didn't. Okay. Go out there and play like you deserve, you belong to be here. Don't try to get cute and overmanage things like we saw in the World Series, bringing in Nestor Cortez, who hadn't pitched in 2 months. He's coming out there pitching game one. Like, play your ball, learn from your mistakes, do that. And I think we'll be in a good spot because Alex Cora is very good. And we've seen him outmanage Boone a lot of times. And I do not like Alex Cora.
Who does?
Not like him.
Who does?
Do not like him. Dude, I want to punch my screen right now. I can't stand him. Gotta beat him. Got to beat him. Very good manager, though. Very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like Alex Cora either. Just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
Let me go back here. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, the bullpen's definitely in a much better spot than, let's say, the Marlins series, but it is still not locked down. There are still questions. I guess that's baseball, though. Ryan, I need Max Fried to shove tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do it.
I really need it. I don't want to be wondering after this season, what if we had Cole? Because that's going to hurt.
Yeah. I'm just looking something up here. Because I felt like I heard this last season. Oh gosh.
And then Warren's not on the roster, right? I mean, I can't imagine a situation where he would be pitching. So
yeah, no, Warren's not going to be on the roster. Dude, Max Fried clutching up, giving us like 6-7 innings game one. I mean, our bullpen be super rested. Then we could be like even more aggressive in game two if Rodon struggles.
Yeah.
And that's a thing to keep an eye on because Rodon this season has a 5.74 ERA against the Red Sox.
Yeah. Someone asked if we're going live tomorrow. Yes, we will be live from probably 30 minutes before the game time. Then we're going to be live the entire game, doing like a watch party, and then probably stay live after to talk about it. Hopefully in a positive way. But yeah, big day tomorrow.
Better be in a positive way, bro.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow. I don't even want to think about it. I'm so excited, though.
This is Yankees Red Sox, bro. Like, can you just like put the pause button on it? Like,
did you see
looking at
what was that game 3 might be a day game?
I didn't see that. Really? No, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm. There was a specific scenario where if I think the Tigers and the Red series both ended, so both of them didn't have a game 3, then the Yankees game becomes like 3 o'clock or something, and then the Dodgers game becomes 6 o'clock or something.
Oh, wow.
So actually, there's a lot of things that have to happen. But yeah, if I was watching a game 3, like 3 o'clock on a Thursday, that would feel weird.
Yeah, that'd be really weird.
But I guess that's what it's like to be a Tigers or a Guardians fan. Not in prime
Yeah.
time.
Christian, look what one sec. Look what jersey I got on right now. Look.
A 3. Wow. The great Bambino. Can you guess mine?
What?
Can you guess mine?
Aaron Judge.
Actually, don't remember. Yeah, 99.
Nice. I got Babe Ruth. Obviously. Just to annoy the Red Sox a little bit. That's why I wore it today.
Spencer Jones's future number.
No, we're not doing that from last episode.
We had that conversation.
No, can you stop? You're so annoying. No.
Do you think the Mets are washed?
Yeah. Honestly, if I'm a Met fan, I don't want to turn this into Queens talks. You know, the guys over there do a great job. Actually, haven't heard from them since the loss last night, and I don't want to turn this into a Queens talks episode because, you know, we all know they're going through it right now. But you're a Met fan. Like, where are you hopeful? Like, I mean, Steve Cohen spent all this money. What has he really gotten? You know, I think David Stearns is. He also needs to be evaluated. You look at what the Mets acquired at the deadline. Ryan Helsley, who was atrocious. Cedric Mullins.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
And
definitely
the
a
Mets
certain amount of unluckiness, but also just look yourselves in the mirror.
Yeah, but look at the team they assembled too. Like when they started the season, their pitching was actually some of the best in the league. But as the season went on, it showed that the Mets had no pitching. They actually broke an MLB record for using the most pitchers in a season.
Yeah.
They had no pitching. And when you put together that type of team, you get that production out of Lindor, out of Soto, out of Alonso. It's crazy. I mean, they're a super talented team, but I don't know if they were necessarily assembled right. And when you spend a lot of money, that can definitely happen.
Yeah. I think it's going to be Cleveland versus Phillies in the World Series. I'll give you my whole bank account if Cleveland makes the World Series. I mean, come on. That would be nothing short of a miracle.
I don't know, man. They've been playing really well.
Yeah.
I could see anyone in the American League going to the World Series. I really can. I really can see any team in the American League going to the World Series.
I got to be honest. Yeah, I was kind of bummed when you sent your bracket and you had the Mariners and the Phillies going, or you had the Mariners all the way up until the ALCS and then the Phillies all the way up in the World Series because I had the exact same thing, actually, originally. But I didn't want to do the same thing as you.
I thought about going because I honestly kind of regretted it a little bit because my preseason prediction was Yankees Dodgers. Looking back on it now, I think I maybe should have.
And I think I had Yankees Phillies. I think you adopted.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I was just thinking 09 rematch, but yeah, I totally regret that. If I had a redo, I'd stick to my guts and I'd go Yankees Dodgers. Yanks win in 7, get the rematch, but.
And then I backed it in the comments. And I said, since I was spreading anti-Mariners propaganda, I had to keep it going. So that's why the Tigers going all the way.
Better not get eliminated in the Mariners, bro.
Yeah, but I said this in our Yankees chat. If the Yankees beat the Blue Jays, you're not going to be able to take me off cloud 9. Like, I'm just going to be on top of the world. We are it. We're the stuff. Beat us. Until then, I'm like cautious Yankees fan bracing. I feel like.
This is it. Christian, I got to ask you, though. I feel like we're running out of things here to talk about, but I got to ask you, what's your, I'm going to ask you, ask you 2 questions.
Okay.
How
Are
many
they both
games
related to
No,
baseball?
three questions.
All have to do with
3
baseball. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude, they're talking about the game tomorrow. Yeah,
Okay.
what are you talking about?
Okay.
3 questions. First question. What is your score prediction for tomorrow?
Ooh. Crochet on the bump, Fried on the bump. I've said Garrett
Uh,
Crochet way too much in the past like 2 days.
I have a crazy prediction when you give yours.
You definitely think like they're both getting lit up. It's gonna be a big game. I
No.
think the way I see the Yankees winning this game is probably like a 4-2, you know, getting to Crochet a little bit, whether it's a 2-run bomb, a little rally, but yeah, I would say a 4-2 Yankees win for each shoves. What about you?
1-0 Yankees win. Yankees have
Oh,
won a
reverse
one.
the script.
The Yankees have won a 1-0 game, I think, 4 times this season. I think with Fried starting tomorrow, Crochet starting tomorrow, I think the Yankees either scratch across a run or maybe they get a solo shot from a Judge, Stanton or Grisham. I think that happens. But I think it's going to be super low scoring. I think both pitchers are going to be on their game. I think the Yankees scratch across that one run. And I think if you're going to write out a game to end in a 1-0 score, I think this would be the game that you choose. Now, obviously, 1-0 scores are pretty rare. They're not exactly likely, but the Yankees have done it like 4 times this season. So I think the Yankees win 1-0 tomorrow.
Am I allowed to say I want more than one run?
Yeah, of course. I do too.
Okay. How will that one run happen? Trent
I
Grisham
said like
solo bomb?
that's what were you not listening? I said like a Grisham solo bomb, Stanton solo bomb, Judge solo bomb, or the Yanks like scratch across a run. I could see it being like a sneaky someone gets a double Caballero base hit, and then
Wild
you're like,
pitch.
oh, could see a wild pitch. See a wild pitch.
I could see a Crochet fastball that just gets away from him behind the backstop.
What if we get an extra inning walk off 1-0 win?
Courtesy of that would be Grisham. Maybe
Okay,
wouldn't be
you ready?
opposed.
You ready for my second question?
Sure.
How many games are the Yankees going to win this series in? Because obviously, I know you're picking the Yankees to win this series. So, how many games are they going to get it done? 2, 3, maybe even one? They just win the one game. Red Sox forfeit. Like how you got it going down?
I like what you said earlier that I don't remember the exact quote, but something along the lines of they're either going to win the series or they're not, right? And that was very wise, but I think if the Yankees win this, it's going to be 2 games because the way I see it is if the Yankees come out tomorrow and they get to Garrett, the worst Garrett, it's going to be over. And, you'll still have to keep your foot on the gas going into game 2. Bayo's a good pitcher. It's not like you won the series just because you beat Garrett Crochet. But it is a huge, huge, huge step one. And then I think they could just ride that momentum right into game 2. What about you?
I'd have to agree with you 100%. I think the Yankees get this done in 2 games. I just think the energy of the Bronx, of Yankee Stadium, it's a very young Red Sox team, very young. I think they got one of the youngest teams in the league coming into a really harsh environment. I mean, things are going to be amplified, not only just because it's the postseason, but because of Yankees Red Sox. I think it's going to be really tough to play in. Definitely going to see some issues with pitch comm tomorrow and the pitchers not hearing the pitches and the signals and whatnot. I think it's going to be hard. And I think the Yankees get it done in 2 games. I very well could see it going 3 games, though, because if the Red Sox win tomorrow, I think the Yankees are like laser focused game 2, get that job done. And then who knows, maybe they win game 3. But I think the Red Sox best game to win, if you're looking at it on paper, is probably tomorrow's game. Maybe you could say game 2 because they have good numbers against Rodon. But I think with your ace on the mound, Garrett Crochet, that's the one you need right there. So I got the Yankees winning it in 2 games, and I agree with you, Christian. And my final question for you is, who's going to be the MVP of the series? I mean, obviously, there's no actual award for the MVP of the Wild Card Series, but who's going to be the team MVP?
I don't want to piss you off here. and I'll give you probably the answer that you're looking for after.
Okay.
But if I think if they win this series, we're going to be giving a gold star to Aaron Boone.
Interesting.
It's kind of the same point that I was just making earlier. But I think if the Yankees win this series, we're going to be walking out like Alex Cora. You just got owned. Aaron Boone, you're the man. Pulled the right strings. Because it's going to be close either way. So, as for a player, though, I know that's what you're looking for. I got my boy Ben Rice, and I know he's not even starting tomorrow, but
Okay.
whether it's coming up big in game 2 or a big at bat late tomorrow, I love him. I'm so excited to watch him compete in the postseason because he is such a talented hitter. He is just. There's certain guys that when they're going up for a big at bat, you're kind of like, oh, I don't know if this guy can handle it. I'd feel more comfortable with this guy. Ben Rice looks like he's just a monster. He just wants to eat. I am so excited to watch his playoff at bats. I honestly think they're going to remind me a little bit of Juan Soto, to be honest. And his at bats do remind me of Juan Soto occasionally. But I'm just excited to watch Ben Rice, and I think he's going to come up pretty big. And he's on a little bit of
Yeah.
heater. Ended off the season nicely.
Hey, Ben Rice is the latest Yankee to wear the number 2022 since Juan Soto. They, shared the same number there. Ben Rice had the 3 home run game his rookie season against the Boston Red Sox. And Christian, where was Ben Rice born? Where did he grow up?
Massachusetts, right?
That's correct. He grew up a Yankee fan in Massachusetts amongst a ton of Red Sox fans. I think his siblings were Red Sox fans. So that's got to be pretty special to go up against your hometown team, face them in the playoffs. And he actually wrote Yankees rule on the pesky pole when he was a kid. And I mean, you just got to love that mindset, right? Just being the villain. No, I
Just
don't
kill
want
him.
to.
Kill
I
him.
don't want to. I don't want to be a hero for my hometown team. I want to be the villain. I want to be the guy that breaks everyone's hearts back home. It's got to put you in an awesome mindset. I'm fired up. Sometimes you got to be the villain. I
That
like
got
being
me
the
even
villain.
more excited that I just took Ben Rice. I think he's just
Yeah.
going to go off. He's going to have a
Okay.
series.
Okay.
And now I'm
Christian.
starting to get on team start Ben Rice tomorrow, but it's not happening.
Wow.
That's okay.
I mean,
We'll see him later in the game.
let's. There's a term in basketball called the layup. And the layup is like it's the easiest shot because like 99% of the time you make it. You just bounce it off the glass, boop, it goes in. And that's what I'm going to do right here with my pick. It's going to be Giancarlo Stanton, team MVP. The guy obliterates the Boston Red Sox. The guy is one of the greatest postseason hitters in the history of Major League Baseball. So the math is adding up that he's going to go off this series. I think he will. I think he'll be clutch. I think he'll be the man. And I think he'll be the MVP of this series. I think he'll be the MVP of the next series and the next series and the final series because he's Big G. That's just what he does. That's what he is. That's who he will be. The guy's a Hall of Famer in my book. He's a privilege. Every time he puts the uniform on, he's just beautiful to watch. I mean, to watch a baseball player that can just hit a home run with his upper half of his body and the ball can go 500 feet. It's literally insane. The way he swings, 99% of coaches would be like, what are you doing? Where's your lower half? This guy is Incredible Hulk standing in the box. The guy's absolutely ripped. Okay? And, he could even play the outfield too. I mean, this guy's awesome. He's just awesome. I expect him to go off.
Yeah. If we see him in the outfield this series, that might be a little confusing. We might have to press the panic button. But Stan's great. I think everyone's kind of excited. I was seeing the TikToks. Every Christmas they do the Mariah Carey's defrosting.
Last Christmas.
Yeah, I was seeing TikToks like that for Stan. I was actually thinking I still might do this maybe tonight, making like a graphic of Giancarlo Stanton in like an icicle, and just have it slowly melting. But
Ooh.
anyways,
Or like a countdown, like a little hourglass.
yeah, I don't know how talented. I don't know if I could pull that off graphic design wise, but I might give it a shot because he does defrost in the playoffs, and he actually, I mean, he's been fully defrosted this season.
Yeah.
I know he was
Yeah.
hurt. It's tough. On a 162 game pace, it was like 50 home runs this season. He had a close to 1 OPS. I don't know where it finished, actually. It actually might have been low nines, I want to say. Either way, it was a phenomenal season. Saw him hit for average. I'm excited for Stanton. I think everyone is. Ryan, I got a question for you, though.
Okay.
We just named some hitters that are going to make big impacts this series. I want to know which pitcher, and this could be someone who starts, this could be a reliever, this could be a hitter, but I don't think any hitters are going to be pitching. Who are we going to be walking out of the series saying, thank God we had him?
David Bednar.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I think he is the glue that is holding this bullpen together. And he was our guy at the trade deadline. I mean, well, I know he was your guy. I think we both wanted
Well,
him
I
pretty
mean,
bad.
I predicted that the deal was going to go down.
I think we both wanted him pretty bad. But
yes.
he's just dominant, and he's one of those guys that like you just trust in a big moment. And it helps that he's had a lot of success with the Yankees, but he's also got big balls. And there's just no ignoring that.
Oh yeah. David Bednar wakes up every morning and dreams of October baseball, the pinstripes. I know the second he heard he was going to the Yankees, that's the first thing that popped into his mind was getting a save in Yankees Stadium in the postseason.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good pick. I like that.
Yeah. Now, I'm interested to see, Christian, if the Yankees get to the World Series, how much is that, extra celebration going to play a factor? Because they win this wild card series, they're going to be popping more champagne. So you think that's going to play a factor?
I don't know if I understand the question here.
Okay, so last year the Yankees had a first round bye, so they didn't celebrate winning the wild card series because they didn't play in one.
Correct.
This year they win the wild card series and go to the postseason. They're going to have that extra celebration. You think that affects them a bit?
I see what you're saying now. I know my guy Ben Rice is looking for another celebration. He was like the life of the party from the videos we saw.
It looked like Dominguez was to me. He had the
and Dominguez had
beer.
The number one, the SpongeBob thing. I don't know. More partying is good, I guess, right?
Yeah,
To a degree.
we gotta win a World Series for Adam Ottavino, Javian Sandridge, DJ LeMahieu, Marcus Stroman. Can't believe DJ was actually on the team this year. That's like crazy. Totally forgot about him.
Who do you most want to see get a ring that is not on this current roster? Ottavino?
Probably Otto.
There were some really good polls in our Instagram comments. There was a guy
Javian
was he the one who pitched 0.1 innings this season?
Yeah, Javian Sandridge.
Didn't know that.
I don't even know if he would get a ring.
Yeah, that would be pretty weird. But I thought it is just anyone who's contributed at all.
I think it like is and it isn't. Like I know like Jorge Posada played like 6 games in 1996 for the Yankees, but he didn't like get a ring.
Yeah.
But then I've heard guys pitch like get 2 outs and get a ring. So I'm not really sure.
Yeah. I want to see Judge lift up a ring. Anyways, Ryan, my pitcher, my guy, it's probably going to be Fernando Cruz. I think
Cruz.
Yeah, I think he could have 1 or 2 just huge strikeouts for this team this series. Because as we said earlier, he is probably the fireman, that first guy out of the bullpen, when shit hits the fan. We need him to be on. The splitter, it needs to be diving, it needs to be effective, and the fastball command needs to be good. That's the bottom line.
Yeah,
But
and
if it is on, you're not going to touch him.
Yeah, and Christian, he said that he got into the Yankees-Red Sox rivalry. Cruz grew up a Yankee fan, guys, but he got into the Yankee-Red Sox rivalry when Alex Rodriguez and Jason Varitek went at it back in 2004. So, he's fired up. And this is Yankees-Red Sox here. This is where you leave a mark. This is where the pinstripes feel a little bit more heavy than they usually do. You're staring across the dugout. You see that awful red B on the cap. I mean, that's war. And it's truly a special thing. You got Yankees, Red Sox in the playoffs in baseball. I mean, this is the greatest rivalry in sports.
Yep.
This is must-see TV. I'm fired up. I really got nothing left, Christian, unless you want to dive into anything else. I feel like at this point, I'm ready to just get a good sleep and ready to get fired up. Put on my turtleneck tomorrow, Yankees turtleneck, put on my NY on my cap, put my pinstripes on, put my pinstripe uniform on, put the belt on. I'm ready to go. I'm locked in here.
I'm pretty ready to go. Boy, am I excited for tomorrow though. And we'll be live for it all. So join us before the Yankees game as I don't know, we get all our nerves out. Probably not a lot
and
of
Christian, this would be the first playoff series victory against a team that's not in the AL Central for the Yankees since 2018 against the Athletics in the wild card game. Since they played the Athletics in 2018 in the wild card game, they haven't beaten a team out of the AL Central in the postseason. Not one team. So that would be a big thing too, because look, if they're going to advance, go to the World Series, they're not going to be playing at least an AL Central team till the championship series. So
I know I was diving into that kind of earlier in the year when I think it was going wrong for the Yankees. And I was trying to say, like, the Yankees have not had playoff success outside of the AL Central, and the AL Central kind of just sucks. So, obviously, like, look, if the Yankees were losing to these Guardians, Royals teams, would be pretty pissed, and even the Twins. Like, the only thing you can do is win, but they haven't beaten anyone else.
Christian, outside of the one-game victory in the wild card against the Athletics, their last postseason series win against a team that was not in the AL Central,
like early 2010s,
was Baltimore in 2012.
Yeah,
no, that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's kind of crazy, and there is a narrative. Like if the Yankees were to get booted here in the first round, there is a narrative you can paint, and there is serious questions that you can start asking. All right, yeah, we get it. We beat up on the AL Central. What playoff success have we had other than that? None.
Another thought I had too is like, I know we get on the Yankees a lot and there's still a ton of work left to be done before we get there. But imagine the Yankees go back to the World Series this year, back-to-back World Series. As much crap as we give this team, if that happens, got to give a tip of our cap.
No, but, this is if this team goes to the World Series, and I'm not trying to get all like realistic, we're fans. We want them to win the World Series. If they go to the World Series this season, it's probably a success regardless. I mean, just for the fact that you don't have your ace. And then you're looking at it next year as kind of like, all right, probably need to capitalize. But yeah, I think last year we were kind of saying if this team doesn't make a World Series, it is like a complete bust. I don't know if the same goes for this year.
Yankee fan in me won't allow that. You gotta win. It's World Series or bust.
I guess last year almost felt like win the World Series or bust, to be honest, since it was just that 1 year of Soto.
I want to win it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juan Soto's going to be watching from his couch. They should have him throw out the first pitch. Throwing out
give
the
me
first
a
pitch.
Yankees Phillies World Series, and I just want to enjoy it because that'll be electric.
Oh, see, I would like a Yankees Phillies World Series, but bro, Harrison Bader, bro, would terrify me. You know he's getting a home run in that series.
Yes, I'm just saying I think it would be a great series.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, look, if in a perfect world, give me the Reds in the World Series, and
I mean, you can't go wrong
we'll
either
have 28.
way. I mean, you can't go wrong either way. I think anyone the Yankees play in the World Series from an entertainment standpoint, Yankees Phillies be electric. New York versus Philadelphia, New York versus LA. We saw that last year. Everyone would like to see that again. Yankees Padres, sick. Yankees Cubs, two of the most historic teams ever, sick. Yankees Brewers.
Nah, come on.
Right.
Not everything can be.
So I'm good. I'm good to go, Christian. Let's go win a ball game tomorrow.
Yeah, join us tomorrow. Go Yanks. Sleep well tonight. Know what's on the horizon.
Oh, written in the stars, a million miles away. Come on, we don't want to get copyrighted. I want to make money off this.
All right, go Yankees. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Big day tomorrow.
Peace.